How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. As always, it's a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. We are reading some more Hiro. We are now doing reverse Yaku capture Mahjong, reverse side. We did front side, now we're doing reverse side. What does that mean? Now, it could just mean we're doing Yaku capture again, but I don't think it's that simple. The more I think about it, I don't think we'd be freaking out about this so much if it was just, and now we do it again, because it's like, okay. But no. So what we're doing in reverse style, I would assume all the Yaku that we've already got could only be used on, no, can that even be possible? I was going to say, like, these are all new Yaku and we can't use any of the other ones. Could be really interesting to make from very unique hands. But aside from that, reverse Yaku, is there like such a thing? You know, can I come up with some bullshit explanation of what a reverse Yaku would be if we're like trying to say something like that? But I don't think so. You know, like what would that be? Like, I don't know. So I think it's got to be that. I think it's gonna be you can't use any of the Yaku that you captured in the first in the front. You got to do all new ones here in the back. I think that's gonna be what it is. Chapter 109, Situation. And of course, we're not allowed to leave, not allowed to rest up. Just gotta either disqualify ourselves or go on with it. But alright, here's the rules. So, Yaku capture Mahjong's reverse side. Each of the 39 Yaku can be used once by each side of both armies. Okay, so we're just gonna have completely different rules here. Yaku that has been used once will not be counted from the second time onwards. Players will keep the same amount of points they held previously at the end of the front side. Okay, I mean, that makes it continuing. Makes it so it's not just like it's entirely a different game, so okay. A player is eliminated once they sink below 0 points. Okay. The game will end when there are 4 players total remaining. So, indeed, we are narrowing it down to our final 4 here. Finally, narrowing it down to our final 4. Again, my guesses was Hiro, Wanfin, Saeki, and Nishikata are the ones who are going to make it. Kano, definitely not going to make it. And then Shinamita, Chen, and Cho, I don't think are going to make it either. So once again, I think it's going to be kind of like the beginning of the Capture Mahjong, but it's not a, like, you get a Yaku that's super simple, and then, your team can use it, but get it out of the way, because you don't want them to be able to get something very simple. So it's going to be a rush to do all the simple ones as fast as possible. But that also means the game's going to go on for quite a while before anybody is eliminated below 0 points, because we're just going to be going for a lot of small stuff right at the bat. And okay, so this time, for around all 39 plates on display, and then they light up when you do one, instead of having to slot one in each time. I assume it lights up or something, or they take it away, maybe. Okay, yes, the opposite, yep. So yeah, it gets turned over, so once it's been used up. Okay. Okay, Taira comes up to Nishikata, hey, can I borrow your phone? What for? He's gonna, like, hook him up with something? He's gonna, like, do something with it? Because, Taira already has this whole BlackBerry situation, so why would he need Nishikata's phone? I don't know. But Wanfin notices, and yet even Nishikata himself doesn't know what he wants it for. I mean, he's a little bit of a tech guy, so. Fuck these guys! Oh, my hand! Idiot Kiwatu. And yeah, Kano, relax for 30 minutes, but Kano's not going to make it anyway. So I think our strategy is, Kano, just to try and hit them with a big fucking hand from the get-go. Because they're going to expect small hands, assuming that Wanfin might suspect this because of, if they're smart at all, they'd figure out exactly what I'm trying to say right now. Which is, Kano's not going to last, so go in big and strong, let Kano do as much as he can from the get-go before he has to disqualify himself. Or die on the fucking table. Great. Can't even ask the black suits to go get it. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're fucked entirely. I disagree with what they're saying at all. Like, unlike before, there's no fight for Yaku. So even if someone wins first, there's no need to rush. Speed doesn't matter. I disagree with all this. Because we want, like, we are still fighting over Yaku. Like, they were saying that back there, I didn't comment on it, but they're like, it's reverse Yaku because you're not fighting for the Yaku anymore. But I don't know what that means, because we're definitely fighting for the Yaku still. Because we don't want them to be able to use it. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is our ability to be able to use those Yaku. Jesus. But, the idea of trying to keep the enemy from using those Yaku, as in we are capturing them, is still the case. You know, we use Tanyao, we're capturing Tanyao. They can't use Tanyao anymore. We can't either, but at least we got it. Okay, though, this is, okay, where it's starting to clear out to me of, like, you're not trying to capture as much Yaku as you can in one go. You're trying to capture as minimum Yaku as you can go. That's not what they were talking about. I wish they said that instead. But, like, yeah, this I agree with. That's what makes it so different. That's what makes it reverse. We're trying to go for just singular Yaku instead of a combination of them. But, to be fair, the other side could just straight up go like, nope, we're just going to do as many as we can just to say, fuck you guys. And yeah, like, oh, Riichi, we should hold off for a bigger hand. No, right? You just do them. Just do all the simple ones right out the gate. Yeah, just use one Yaku, just kick your opponents. You know, whenever they get a big hand, kick them. Get them out of there. If we keep wasting one Han Yaku, we'll run out of Yaku at the point of victory. Sure, you can say that, but you'll never even get a chance if you let the enemy team just roll over you. Okay, use single Yaku hands to dodge and aim for a one-hit KO punch. Okay, I like that. A one-hit kill. I thought it was going to be a one-hit KO punch. One-hit kill punch? This is boxing. Alright, heavyweight fist, enough to fucking kill the opponent, apparently. Aim for Yakuman. I tell this to Kano, not us. I don't know. If that doesn't come to be, flee with a single Yaku and wait. It's a heavy... What do you mean? How do you go? Okay, just like not this, this. But like this isn't showing like if you don't get that hand, switch it out to something else. This is just like, it's all luck based. But yeah, aim for a draw if they got a big hand. Yeah, only half of that's true. Yeah, if you're overlooking something. Relationship between the number of Han and its score. The number of Han and its score? What do you mean? Mahjong score doubles until 4 Han. Meaning, after that, the systems increase rate drops. Wouldn't it be the wait, how would you say, what is the correct grammar here? I think this is just unnecessary the system, right? Mahjong score doubles until 4 Han. After that, the increase rate drops. Yeah, the system I think was just a, you know, they phrased it one way, forgot to erase it. But okay, so okay, the most efficient way to win would be a 4 Han Mongon then, because it's right there, right on the edge. But again, it's a real specific use case. Okay, aim for Mongon without combining as much Yaku as possible. Again, a lot of wishful thinking in this room right now. It's gonna all come crumbling down when we're at the table. And yeah, Dora's key or Dora. But again, a lot of like, let's rely on things we have no way of possibly knowing if we can. And yeah, Riichi, I think Riichi immediately. Riichi immediately, you fuckers, or they're going to do it. They're thinking too much about what's the best way for us, if we have 39 Yaku, how can we use these 39 Yaku to our advantage? When that's not what the case is going to be. You're going to have 20 Yaku probably. You know, think about it like that. Half of these are going to be the other teams. You don't want them to get Riichi. It's just extra points for them. Or it's a way for them to kick us. That said, I do feel like Hiroyuki is going to come up with a perfect one-time Riichi scenario. You know, doesn't quite, you know, it's a bit of a stretch, but I do think that's going to actually happen. Alright, Taira has been, I think, uploading all his data into Nishikata's thing, and then Nishikata is going to be able to use it during the match because he can do a one-handed gaming thing too. I think that's if that is what's going to happen, that's perfect, because so far this manga has already been really good about utilizing someone else's specialty for another person. The flying tiles is, I think, the biggest example, but now if we can have Taira's gimmick carry over, that's fucking awesome. And yeah, Kano, something else he's worried about, what is it? So, throughout the game, suspected there's Ganpai at play. Yeah, definitely. We never like circle back to that, but like 100%. Ganpai is in play. I guess we don't know 100%, but it's like 99%. We didn't like do anything about it, but it seems very likely. You guys thought that grasp was just for show. If the grasp was just for show, why would it have worked? You know, why did every other situation, why would that work, but not, you know, putting the table down on the table, face down? Why would putting all those tiles face down not work, but that would work? Why would it be for show? What? Like, I understand maybe the 3 tiles thing maybe being for show, but like, the only way these hands are going through with Saeki at the table is if you hide the tile from him. And you guys think, I don't know, maybe it's not Ganpai. I mean, maybe it's not, maybe it's something else, but it's like, really leaning towards it gotta be that. And so, like, also, that might be a chance for Saeki not to be in the top 4 then. I'm going to stick with what I said, but if I think Saeki wouldn't make it, who even do I think would be the second person to make it? Again, Cho we've done so little with that based off of Ko, I don't think he's actually going to be that important. I thought Ko was going to be of major importance, but doesn't seem like it. So, maybe Shinomiya? But Shinomiya, I think, is the least... No, I guess Asaguma is technically the least interesting because he got taken out already of the 4 Heavenly Kings, but... I don't know, I just don't see Shinomiya there. So maybe Chen. If Saeki doesn't make it, I'm saying Chen's going to make it, but I'm going to stick with my initial guess. Also, sorry, I have it over on the side so much, but I forget that OBS gets a cutoff. But here's my thing again, if you guys weren't seeing it. Hiro, Wanfin, Saeki, Nishikata, Kano, Shinomiya, Chen, and Cho. If Saeki doesn't make it, I'm saying Chen's going to make it. But we're sticking with his guesses. Okay. We have proof through Tyra. Oh, sorry, give me a second. But so he has been calculating stuff with his device. I'm not sure why he needs Nishikata's phone here, unless he's going to transfer over the data. But, yeah, it was something that, the last video as well, he seemed to be cluing in on. Yeah, heard the White Suit's conversation just a bit ago, avoiding 2 big deal wins. That one Mon stop from the earlier round was also wonderful. Yeah, the probability 0 thing, you'd have to be absolutely god level. In addition, from the battle data so far, there are many suspicious points. In the first game, where my hand froze, according to my data, the 3 Mon discarded was overlooked by Juan. There was also that round at D-table where Kiyomaru won with Mongon, where Chen dealt him with 1 Mon in order to devalue his hand from Baimon to Mongon. So, okay, the 1 Mon, the 3 Mon, 1 Mon again. Is it just the Mon, maybe, that is Gonpai'd up? Or maybe it's just the 1 Mon? Great little montage sequence here as well, though. Come to think of it, when Lee was hit by Juan, Lee tried to say something. Why did you Riichi? For Ippatsu. Maybe Lee knew an Ippatsu draw was coming, so he called Riichi then. He was about to blurt that out. So, yeah, he was. That's why Juan was so pissed. Why'd you Riichi there? You almost let them clue in to our tactic. They've been fucking cheating. But we've been cheating too. We've been cheating way more than they have. So, okay, yeah, that's why Juan silenced him. So them just dealing into us has been them letting it happen, so that way they're not getting too suspicious. Just keeping us just, at a disadvantage, but not too much to where it's obvious. Okay, so he took a picture of the tile with Nishikata's cell phone because Tyra 2 doesn't have a camera. Okay, imported the data, applied image processing to enlarge and apply color correction to it. To be able to see, if we sharpen it up a bunch maybe. It's hard to tell, is this just a screen tone? There's 4 little things here, but, is that just the screen tone we're looking at? Or what? But I feel like we're going to have to get a closer look at it. Okay, back into the room, though, so us, the audience, won't know exactly what they saw. But I'm assuming they saw some Gonpai. Hold on, the whole game's invalid. Okay, Chapter 110, Death at Sea. That's a scary title. I denounce the West Army's cheating. As the leader of the East, I demand the cancellation of the Second East-West War. Can we just call it all off? Cancel the whole thing? No universe. Unless we're doing we'll call it off unless you give Kano his medicine back. Because that could change stuff up drastically. But, Saeki's reaction being, is suspicious. Does Saeki not know? Is this just a, the actual, Hong Kongers? Is it just them? They didn't let the Japanese know about it. Just the Hong Kongers. Could be. And, Saeki... But Saeki was the one that I was certain was using Gonpai, which is why it's so surprising. But him and Shinomiya and the White Suits don't know. But Wan Fin clearly knows. The captain of the ship clearly knows. What was her fucking name? Wan Li. She clearly knows. I'll listen to what you have to say. Okay. Look at this. Okay. What? What's wrong with it? If you turn up the contrast on this image and zoom in, I don't know what exactly we're looking at here. Again, is it just These 4 little markings, these 3 markings, this little V-shaped thing, or is that just screen tone? Otherwise, I can't tell how you would be able to tell. Or is it like, no, all these tiles, all these like patterns seem to run in the same way. I don't know. Okay, it looks striped. Okay, so sorry. So it is just like, yeah, the tops look striped. Okay. But for all of those, for just the Mon, but it looks striped. What is this? What do you mean? Are you using a different cheat? This isn't just any stripe pattern. Hidden in the stripes, there's a symbol, and any Chinese person would know. Okay, the 8 trigrams. Okay, I see. So yeah, this one is different from these 2. But yeah, so that's why they wouldn't know. Just the Chinese, just the Hong Kongers. Symbols from Yijing, handed down from ancient China. Okay, but yeah, it's basic iconography. Is these 8? I see 3 G. Okay, so yeah, it's striped, and that's what tells you which one is which there. This one is like, 3 lines with the 2 dots on the top and bottom, it seems. Which would be this one here, which I don't fucking know. Is any of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? So we're missing 1. Well, yeah, but there's 8. But like, I guess, and if it doesn't have 1, it's the 9th, or maybe just the 1 Mon. You just have to hope that it's like, yeah. But either way, there's one of them that's not getting this code for it. I'm not sure if we're starting at 1 or starting at 2. Okay, furthermore, any combination of these icons creates the 64 hexagrams. So, okay, yeah. These are certainly the symbols from the 8 trigrams. They know. Why is Shinomiya here getting cut off? His whole head's getting cut off. Why is he even reacting to this? But okay, yeah, so there's 64 symbols by combining the yang, the bar line, and the yin, the dashed line. Placed on the back of the tile to make it look like a regular pattern. This is Ganpai. Okay, figured it out. And I guess it was just such a shitty quality picture and camera that like we had like up the contrast super high, but with a naked eye you could probably see it better. But like, why have we not figured that out till this point? But yeah, all those stuff, everything that happened so far, all based on the Ganpai. I don't think you could possibly deny it at this point. It's like so clear. It's got to be you. Therefore, the match results up to this point are all invalid. But I mean, what about the fact that we've been cheating so much? What about that, huh? What about the fact that the times they called us? I guess they just never called it out. If they called it out, I guess they could have just won the whole thing. But yeah, how interesting. That's a very nice hypothesis. But if you can't prove it, what does this picture have to do with the match? The tile in this picture, not the tiles we're using anymore. Right when he saw Taira say, "Hey Nishikata, can I borrow your phone?" And so he was like, "Alright, swap out the tiles. We can't use Ganpai anymore." Fair game. Yep, he got his hook, line, and sinker. I'll ask again. What's wrong with the tiles on this table? Getting the fangs. They got us. Destroyed the evidence. Threw the tiles into the ocean. Dead at sea. Incredible. Fucking God, this manga is brilliant. Yep. Those marked tiles are already sleeping with the fishes. Do you have anything more to say? Shall we exchange tiles just in case? God, he looks so cool. Wanfan's so fucking cool. This is why we need more fucking foreigners in manga in general. There's so few of them. They just have so much fucking aura. Wanfan's so cool. All these Hong Kongers so goddamn cool. Alright then, we'll start as planned. Couldn't prove it, couldn't prevent it. Reverse side Yaku capture begins. East 1, dealer, Hiroyuki. Dora is the 1 pin. At least now we don't have to worry about the Ganpai. But don't give me a lot of hope. But okay, glad Kano's starting us out. Go strong, Kano. Show me that fucking Yakuman. Reel it in for me, my man. And alright, they're just trying to think, let's just finish this whole match before Kano has to withdraw. Guys, did you see how badly he was doing the last match? I don't think you have time. You'd have to end it in the East rounds and like just go, imagine that. It ain't gonna happen. We're not even starting at normal Mahjong numbers. We're starting out with the pumped up numbers from last game. And yeah, I imagine Tyra had to like brute force a fucking program here, I imagine, for the simulation to work with this whole weird ass rules we got set up. So yeah, his simulation's gonna be a bit off. There's no Gonpai. Should be easier for us, but that ain't the case. The leader of the West won instant out the gate. Riichi doesn't care. A head start Riichi, as he should, as he fucking should. Chapter 111, Disparity. The T-Rex coming to strike again. Rawr. What the hell kind of hand does he have? Using the most precious Yaku? It's a prevention for you guys being able to use it later. Like, I'm sure he might have a really good hand as well. But you guys are fucking dumb as hell for not just using this to get rid of it. Yeah, Hiroyuki only's got 9,000, or basically 10,000 we'll say. But yeah, he can get taken out pretty easily. Yeah, even though he's the dealer with Dora, we're in a perfect position right now. But yeah, Juan could also have Dora, of course. Of course, anybody could. But regardless, Hiro's in Tenpai now. But, you know, Tenpai is, you know, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh, you know. Yeah, you know, having 20 health versus having 1 health, no difference. You know, having been 3 tiles away from Tenpai, being 1 tile away from Tenpai, don't really matter in a high-stakes situation like this, you know? In any other Mahjong series, I wouldn't be saying that, but in a Fukumoto Mahjong series, there ain't no difference between being in Tenpai and being, like, fucking 4 tiles away from Tenpai. Okay, we got there, But, he breaks it up anyway, ends in a draw. No 10, and Tenpai, What do you have? Knock it over, let's see. What was this? It takes me a while to read the hands. Is this anything? Am I stupid? What is this? 1 Yaku. What? Oh, just Riichi. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot he Riichi'd. But okay, yeah. Just Riichi. Only Riichi. And it doesn't count, right? Because he was only in Tenpai, of course, so didn't get that. But yeah, he was trying to just Riichi only. That's the first one. What do you mean that's the first? Just the first Riichi, you know? But not successful necessarily? I don't know. But end of East 1. For the East, Kano's out. Nishikata's in. Sucks. Really hope Kano was going to be able to get something real quick right there, but Shimiya's out. Chen's in. East 2, first Hanba. Dora is the Chun, right? What the fuck is Hatsuhaku Chun, right? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, the difference in points between Juan and Hiro is like so big that like, yeah, it's a much bigger deal to Riichi for Hiro than it is for Juan. The great image. By the 8th turn, Juan Riichi's again. Second consecutive head start Riichi, using the point gap to his advantage. A T-Rex rampaging through the fucking city, through Tokyo, chomping down on a subway, breaking down the buildings with his tail. Damn, that's a cool image. That's a cool ass image there. I wish there was a good shot of the T-Rex that I could use for one fin in one of the thumbnails, but like I really wanted to use them all the dinos, you know, in that one what was it, Saeki, Shinomiya, and Wanfin. But yeah, I really wanted to use that, but it's just it doesn't look good in the thumbnail. But okay, Hiroyuki and Tenpai. Okay, Tanyao, just do it. Okay, he folds again. Yeah, he's too scared. He's just, you know, Wanfin doesn't even have to win right now. He can just Riichi, and that's kicking us. Oh, yeah, this is very different playing Mahjong. I like this. I like it. You know, that's what makes this feel even more Fukumoto than a lot of Fukumoto stuff. You know, like, this has that, like, Fukumoto-ness that he doesn't do, you know, as often in his Mahjong series to a lesser degree. Like with the, you know, Shizu Mahjong, or, I guess 17 Steps is quite different, to be fair. That one's quite different, but it's also just 2 people. How often has Fukumoto made a 4-player Mahjong game this crazy? Never. Never in his life. But, like, it is a very Fukumoto thing to do, taking a game, making it super unique. But it all amounts to nothing. More no tens, and a Tenpai again with just Riichi, it seems. Ain't nothing going on here, right? No, there ain't shit. I don't think so. Yeah, still only Riichi. And with a bad weight. And he cut his winning tile. He didn't want to win Riichi. Okay. Yeah, just a blank gun. No intention to win. But now that he's shown you this gun has blanks and then puts it behind his back, Brings it back out. Now you don't know if it actually has bullets again this time. How can you know? This is the second, only 8 more. And 8 more? Oh, right, because, yeah. Shit. He could just kill us via Riichis. I didn't even really consider that. But yeah, you could just kill us via Riichis. East 3. Second Hanba. Dealer's Chen. Look at that low detail face. The Dora is the 8-pin. I assume that's not the Dora indicator, but the actual Dora. Ooh, interesting. No point gap in this setup with this people. Cool, I like that. Everybody very close to each other. But okay, no more Riichis to scare us. Okay, Nishikata and Kano. Hell yeah. These two doing amazing. Back to back. Love it. But on the 9th turn, Chen, this motherfucking feng shui. Good luck. Ding! Riichis as well. The scary Riichis do not go away. Look at that face. I mean, yeah, like this is always my favorite face for him, but this is creepy at another level. And the dealer Riichis as well. Okay. Another blank gun. I don't know if Chen is capable of bluffing. I think he just goes by the feng shui of it. So I'm going to believe that one's real. Chapter 112, Pressure. Chen with this gun looks so funny with that face and everything. Just holding like a fucking feng shui compass while holding a gun and being like, I'm going to shoot you. Hold on 1 second. Move 5 more feet over to the left. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to shoot you. Wait, no, back where you were, Okay, that's good luck. Okay, good luck here. Now I'm going to shoot you here. Whoa, sorry, suddenly out of fucking nowhere, Cho just runs? Yeah, the one to speak up was not Chen with his Riichis. It was the sporting player Cho out of fucking nowhere. Sanshoko, Dora 3, 8,600. Oh, shit. Again, it's not gonna, like, bankrupt or anything like that, but, like, that's bigger than we were expecting. We were so worried about these cheap freaking Riichis. I mean, well, to be fair, we were scared of Manga and everything, but... Yeesh. Okay. Again, Kano's going to be disqualified either way, so it doesn't really matter as long as Kano lasts long enough to do something good. And damn, this was a no-10 Riichis as well. Just knew that Chen was going to, or Cho was going to do it. Damn, I underestimated Chen. Didn't think he was capable of bluffing. He is. He indeed is. God, these pages are so fucking cool. But yeah, 3rd consecutive blank Riichis. Making all the Riichis calls blank. But how long can they keep doing it? Until we just, like, call them on their bluff. But I feel like the moment we call them on their bluff, it's not going to be a bluff. But okay, Sanshoko Dojin, can't get any more. Wait, we'll no longer count for the West Army. Oh, so each side you can get it once. I don't think I realized that at all. But okay, each side gets 1 Yaku. Or, you know, gets... Okay. That explains so much more why they were taught... Okay, now I understand why they were saying... When shouldn't we wait for this, and why it's crazier that the West is doing this on these tiny hands. Okay, I understand so much more now. Apologies for that miscommunication. My bad. Alright, East 3 ends. Chen's out, Saeki's in, Nishikata's out, Hiro's in, wait, is it Nishikata and then Hiro, or the... Yeah, Hiro's in next. Yeah, Hiroyuki, with the remaining 7,800 points, and... Big old point gap returning. East 4. And they Riichis once more. Brings back the intimidating Riichis calls. Right out the gate. We just like, we didn't even say who the dealer is, what the door was. Just right into it. Right into the Riichis. And yeah, it's nice having our main character be in such a pickle right now. How are we going to get out of it? In the end, Hiroyuki couldn't make it. Results in another draw. No 10. Tenpai again. Another only Riichis. Another point stick down. God, Juan, how many fucking grapes do you... I mean, he's just drinking martini after martini after martini. He's got to be so goddamn drunk at this point. Or, to be fair, you know, we are speeding through these games usually. Like, you know, we're seeing it, like, in a much faster pace than they're actually playing it. So it's probably been hours for them. He maybe has, like, a martini an hour. And then, okay, after they Riichis, the West started doing con calls as well after that. And interweave real hands. Okay, so then tempo. Well, but yeah. He didn't actually get to it though. Nobody's actually like making hands really. And then another one of no 10 and a tempo, I assume. And then he got all the way down to 2,800 points. Okay, there's just a ton of grapes in his fucking. There's not even a martini. I don't think. Can you serve martini? I don't really drink alcohol, so I don't know. Can you serve martini in a glass like that? or like just sometimes. I'm used to it being in a little cocktail glass, but so many olives in there. I gotta start snacking on some olives while I'm reading this. He's making me hungry. I want some olives. It's been a long time since I had some olives like this. I mean, to be fair, I don't have whatever fucking like ice pick he's using to eat these olives. So sharp. All right, reverse sides, West 2, 4th Hanba. West 2, damn, we're all the way into West 2 already. Holy shit. And a 4th Hanba in West 2. My god. Okay, so a lot of stuff's been happening. He'd fall to the bottom of the antlion pit. I thought we were done with the antlion pit. We're still, this counts as the antlion pit match? What? I thought that was antlion pit Mahjong, and this is Yaku capture Mahjong. Okay, last chance. Okay. What are we trying to do here? Okay, it's just, yeah, with the dragons and the fucking Dora. We got a high, no, sorry, no, that was the Dora from the previous round. Okay, no, we don't have any Dora. But, we can still, yeah, chant the Dragon Tiles around when, well, we got one of them. Yeah, I wouldn't be counting on that, but also, here comes the Head Start Riichi from Chen. But is it no 10 or a loaded gun? Which is it going to be? You gotta just go for it. Is it real or is it not? Doesn't matter. Just go for it. Oh, it fell over sideways. Why is that? Impatience. I don't think it's impatience. I don't think so. I think this is more Gonpai in a different way. More Gonpai, different way, I think. Weighted tiles. Gotta be weighted tiles. But okay. No Ipatsu. Nishikata. Dangerous move. Okay. Strong push. But we gotta push. We gotta keep pushing. Hiroyuki's in Nishanten. Pushing ahead strong. Boom. Okay. Oh, he pissed. What are they seeing? I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad they're pushing. That's all I can say. Glad they're pushing, but I don't know what the mystery here is. Chapter 113, Acrobatics. But what Kano sees it too. Gives up Tenpai. Why? What are they doing? Look at these two acrobatics. Or, wait, huh? Well, just look at those two acrobatics. What did you say? Acrobats? Acrobatics is like what they do, not the people. Alright, let's do it, Igawa. Pawn. Okay. Then discards a third Sozu. It passes. And his Chen face. I love Chen so much. Huh. And then next turn, Nishikata's in Tenpai. Okay, but what are we building here to? Okay, watch how they move. Here comes the Hatsu again. Pawn. Takes 2 calls. Then cuts a 4th Sozu tile. I'm so mad. But why is it all passing? Okay, maybe they're just in no 10, but they've never been in no 10. Well, no, they did actually. Yeah, never mind. They have called no 10 Riichis in the past. I forgot about that. But yeah, they did. Kano's read dead on. Spot on. His hands in pieces. Seen through it. And okay, if this is no 10 Riichi, that means Cho has to have Tenpai. Because they've not been letting that go by. So, yep, indeed. Penfu 3 Dora Damaten. Okay, so they knew it was this way because of the tile falling over. What about it? First discard after Chen declared Riichi. What would you do if you were Chen? Confirm the tile was... wait. Well, yeah, check to see if it was Ipatsu, right? But Chen was in a position where he could only see the back of the tile. And he didn't even check what the tile was. Okay, so that's simply what it was. What, did Hiroyuki do that on purpose, then? And yeah, he did do it on purpose, then. He exploited the slight inconsistency in Chen's behavior in order to direct his no 10 hand. Incredible. Didn't even bother to check, just picked it right up. Okay, now he's got the first tune here. Live tile, what are you going to do with it? The table's turned. What you gonna do, Cho? What you gonna fucking do? Right to the head. But now, Cho will have to fold because, yeah, if it's Daisingen, he'd go under, and he doesn't want that. So, make him retreat. We are gonna win now. Like, you know, I'm not sure if we'll win or we're just gonna end up in Tenpai at the end, but Chen, what? It lands on something here. Is that good luck or bad luck? I'm not sure. Cuts his 3-pin draw. Run. There we go. We snuck it in. Honitsu Toi Toi Haku Hatsu. 12,000 for Hanba. 13,200 points. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That's some big hits towards these people. That's about half of a lot of them. And Chen, I don't remember how many points he had, but if it was around 20-ish, then... Oh, no, right, sorry. I'm thinking back from way... We're in West now. Who knows how much these point systems have changed. But okay, Chen is out. We've taken out Chen. The one person I was like, maybe if it's not Saeki, it's going to be Chen. No, Chen was the first one taken out. Reverse Mahjong. Crazy. Overkill. Tenchusatsu, the lowest point in one's life, according to Bazi. Okay, well, I assume that's a Chinese thing, but yeah. Tenchusatsu, the lowest point in his life. Chen of the West Army is out. Collapses on the table. And Hiroyuki, resurrected, up to 18,000. Much better. Not great, but much better. Good work, God Eyes. You too. Hell yeah. These boys have not really worked together yet, so that's nice to see. Bad luck. What? Bad luck? How long are you going to keep up this useless acting? Without Gonpai, it's just a piece of garbage! Okay, yeah. I mean, the whole idea of this feng shui was all just it didn't matter. It was all the Gonpai that was doing everything, so it was all just bullshit. And so he shatters it, stabs into the hand as well. Get lost, you fraud! This is exactly why I didn't want Nishikata in here as well. Because without his flying tiles, he's just a liability. Chen, without their Gonpai, is just a liability. The fakes are all gone. Time for the real deal. Hawkeye Saeki is in. But okay, all the fakes are out, as in just Chen. What about Cho? Is he a faker, or is he honest? Is he honest to God? I don't know. But it's really just Cho and Wanvin now. The only Hong Kongers left. It's crazy. And now, a little bonus comic as well. Destruction of evidence. Oh, the yogurt I bought isn't in here. Did you eat it? And this is his wife. I don't know. Looking in the trash. Then what's this? What is it doing in the garbage? This is the cat's Zanya. Seems like an empty yogurt container, doesn't it? Turn to why is he wearing the Wanfin hat now? This is my yogurt I saved yesterday. Zanya. To eat when I get home. It shouldn't be empty unless someone were to eat it. Then cats can't open a refrigerator. So you were the one who ate it. This is clear theft. Love her shirt. Just rock into one of these eyes. This is concrete, nya. What do you have to say, nya? Sensei. But cluck. How interesting. That's a very nice hypothesis. So let me ask, what does this yogurt have to do with the yogurt you bought? Flips it over, shows that it's the yogurt she bought or something. What? It's do not eat, wife. She got me. I'll ask again, did you eat it? No way. There was no destruction of evidence. Oh my god, I love these bonus comics. Most bonus comics like this for manga, I find them to be like utterly worthless. I'm like, you didn't tell me anything more about the story, you didn't tell me anything about yourself, really. Kind of utterly pointless. But he's doing a real good job of them. I'm surprised. It's the lowest bar. The bar is in hell to be like, are the bonus comics content at all, period? And yes, these are content. But no, they're good. I like them. They're funny. Right. So what would I have done for these volumes? So yeah, Kyosuke on the cover here? Why? Why the hell was Kyosuke here on the cover? I don't understand. So no, I'm taking him off here. I thought like it was a high potential for me to do that because I didn't do Kyosuke back here. I just did Tiger. I just said this says Taiga. But yeah, still would not do Kyosuke for this one. He really didn't do anything. He did, he did the acrobatic thing but like that was so small of a thing. So it's got to be Chen. It's got to be Chen, 100%. And then the thing here, maybe it would be the feng shui thing. Otherwise, what would it be? Oh, maybe the tile, like the Gonpai tiles. And then for 15, I would say if we're going to be repeating people, perhaps Kano now. If we're not going to be repeating people, then I think, because Kyosuke only got repeated because he was just on one cover only, like he was sharing a cover with somebody. Aside from that, so why is this just 1 and not 0, 1? What am I doing? What's formatting this shit? It's probably going to be Hiro only again. Who do I predict is going to be most important in the next issue? Could be Cho. Could be Saeki or Shinomiya. Well, yeah, Saeki makes a lot of sense, right? Could be the time to do Saeki here. Though I already did Saeki, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna just get this out of the gate already. Shinomiya, I think, would be who I would do there. And then no idea for this, and then we'll see what the cover is. My guess is gonna be Kano again. We'll do Kano again. I think that's likely. Okay, what is it? It's just Hiro. Just Hiro. Good God, that arm. Oh, that's more. What's with these shoulders? Is this like the beginning of a Kagi? Like the fucking beginning of 10? This is so. Got the yaoi shoulders and the big old yaoi hands. What is going on with this image? I feel like this is not normally how he draws at all. What the fuck? This doesn't even look attached to him. This just looks awful. What happened? This is so different. This looks truly like a completely different artist. What the fuck? But okay, important Tawn, or sorry, yeah, that's Tawn, right? Why did I just? Yeah, that's Tawn. Okay. Maybe we're gonna wrap back around and it'll be a like dealer and like a seat and dealer wind situation. And just blanking out the the points here, like it could have been something like spoiling me like, oh, he's gonna get like a ton of points or he's gonna be down to very, very little points or something, but no, just blank it out. Don't give anything away. I kind of appreciate that, honestly. I'm not used to that. I'm used to manga cover, volume cover spoiling stuff because of course you want somebody to buy it, so of course you want it to be emblematic of what's in the book. I'm not saying like how dare volume cover spoil what's in the book. That's also why I typically have people that tell me not to look at the volume covers for stuff that does. But yeah, I appreciate them actually covering that up. Like, even way back when we were reading Kaiji Part 5 on the channel, I had a thumbnail that was like a close-up of Kaiji peeling up the car like as he was drawing it, and I censored it on the thumbnail, like blurred it out, so that way you couldn't see what it was, just to preserve the mystery of anybody who hadn't read that chapter yet and stuff. And yeah, I appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, I'm surprised we're doing Hiro again, but I shouldn't be surprised. It's crazy. There's like sometimes characters on here. If it was Hiro every time, I'd be like, okay, yeah. Or if it was like, Hiro and all the like East guys. But like the fact like Ken's never got a cover is so strange, because that's like a character that has selling point outside of this series. Like, we put Taira on the cover and Kyosuke on the cover, but it's like, that's just because they have like a cool design. Like Ken also has a cool design right down this, and like he also has people who have read 10 being like, oh, it's Ken, I'm gonna read this series that I haven't read any other volumes for. So why did Ken not get a cover? So strange. Kano, I understand, because he also has like such a big Fukumoto-like design to him, but like Taira and Kyosuke don't. Chapter 114, Mouse. Okay, Mouse. Who will be the Mouse? Like, it would make sense for Hiro, would immediately come to mind to be the Mouse. But maybe actually Cho? Or no. Saeki's the Hawk. He's gonna be the Hawk going after the Mouse. So it'll be Hiro. I think Hiro will be the Mouse, even though he just got a big win. 7 left, whittling down the numbers. 3 to 4. Better odds on our side, better odds. I mean, it's crazy that they've, been able to, like, rotate. Well, this isn't even, oh, no, sorry, Wanfin's right there. Sorry, I thought Wanfin wasn't here for a second. But, like, yeah, it's crazy how they've, like, like, the way we didn't show any matches with Saeki or Shinomiya, acting like they're coming out right now, yet, like, they can't have been, because, like, they've been swapping out. But every time they did swap out, we didn't get to see it. So it's a cool way to do that. Okay, so the West blank Riichis strategy does cease. The table stiffens, the draws continue, more draws. We go to North 2. It's going to be weird trying to make thumbnails or the timestamps for this one, but I love doing it. And okay, we're getting the confirmation here that, yeah, Saeki and Shinomiya did not know about the Ganpei tiles. I mean, of course, I feel like, the fact that, like, they're figuring this out, like, hours later, assumingly, but, like, yeah, they're Japanese, they don't, I mean, like, I guess you could assume that the enemy team would, like, they're insanely smart guys, they'd be able to maybe just, like, study them over the course of days, weeks, months, and, learn them all, or something like that, or like, you know, maybe even they've learned a little bit of Chinese or whatever. But like, yeah, this is a possibility. You know, that could have been a thing. So I guess I can't blame him too much. But yeah, either way, we got the reveal now. Yeah, they were the real deal. That's so cool in retrospect, though, because it's like, well, yeah, they're the four kings. We've already been putting so much emphasis on them. But I do imagine I might be putting more emphasis on them than a lot of people actually reading this. I wonder how many people reading this really cared that much about, you know, the four heavenly kings. I would hope people did, but maybe, you know, maybe not. But either way, I think it was pretty obvious that, like, Cho and Chen and Ko and Lee were all gonna be less important than, like, you know, the other three, which is surprising that Asaguma got taken out then, you know, but like he also didn't have much of a gameplay gimmick, more like a style gimmick. It's kind of like a difference in that versus like Saeki and Shinami have more of an actual like utilization gameplay style that's like offensive. Either way, Chen, Ko, Cho, and Lee all, you know, I think we're clear from the start that they were not going to make it to the final rounds, like the final four. But to be fair, what was my final guess? My final guess was Saeki, right? Yes, Saeki, right. I was saying that like maybe Chin would have gone to Saeki, but I was saying I was staying with these guesses. But yeah, either way. So yeah, I'm saying that none of them were making it, and I still believe that. And they all had like, you know, well, at least like Chen and Lee got to be really cool. Cho and Ko, not so much right now. But Cho, potentially, he's got some shocking Rons. I think that's his, like, he's very stealth. He's the guy we keep underestimating, but for a good reason, because we're underestimating him, but not to a huge degree, really. But yeah, all that's just to say, like, it's so interesting now. Having been like, okay, well, all those guys were cheating, you know. Cho, is he going to be able to really hold his own here? I think he's going to be the next to go down, right? Order is Cho next, then Shinamiya, and then that's it, right? Oh, well, Kano. When do I think Kano's going out? I think Kano will go out after Cho, before Shinamiya. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, utter recontextualization to be like all that. And the one person who I was certain was using Ganpai was not using Ganpai. And I'm not exactly sure why the tile in the hand thing stopped him then. I'm not sure what changed. But maybe if I reread that arc now, keeping that in mind, I would, you know, see it. But I don't know. If anybody wants to explain that to me in the comments. Love that. And yeah. So, in this reverse Yaku capture Mahjong, the Yaku can only be used once. That means, so, a direct hit with a good hand can knock out a player all at once is ideal. And these two are perfect for that. And Wanfin as well. You got, again, the three dinosaurs that can just immediately take you out in one hit. And I love how much I love Cho, Chen, Ko, and Lee. I gotta say that. Just real quick, like, I love how much I love them, but also, it does 100% feel like we are about to raise the stakes, and we've got one little guy here left, Cho. He's gotta get out quickly. Maybe Cho, not this chapter, Cho will go out next chapter, I believe. Yeah, I mean, Saeki again, I think Saeki's going to the finals. It's gonna be almost impossible. The fact that even Taira is hyping up Saeki, I think, as well. Like, Shinamiya is just not as cool. He's not as interesting. And, you know, he's of the older generation, where I think we're going to do it all younger generation here. Another draw. Kano's back out again. I really hope Kano can do something before he goes. But, interesting. If it's impossible to hunt down a king, I'll conquer that. And Nishikata's in. Cho's out, Saeki's in. Damn, maybe I thought Saeki was already coming in, but we're going through so many hands so fast. So we'll get back to Cho. He'll be out next chapter. But I love Nishikata so much. Maybe when do I want to do like a, you know, talking about my favorite characters so far. But maybe we'll do that at the end of this video or at the start of the next one or something. We'll see. Yeah, is he having fun? This isn't just a game. I mean, it's probably a game to him. I don't think he cares much about the overall, you know, he's not invested in the East-West War at all. I don't really think he gives a shit because he's young enough that, like, I think he's like, even if West wins and everything gets changed or anything like that, I don't care. I'm not looking ahead that much, I think he's just like not conceptualizing, the ramifications for all this and his own future down the line. I don't think he gives a shit, I don't think he cares at all about that. He cares about the right here and now, which is surprisingly, closer to like what Ken was like in, back in the day. But of course now Ken's much older. Okay, now to North 3. It seems like it actually might be something we're going to follow. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be hyping up the East. Hiroyuki and Nishikata versus the West. Shinui and Saeki. So yeah, this seems to be an important one. Straight to the 7th turn here. Nishikata. Okay, my boy, doing good. But okay, breaks up his triplet. Why? Okay, again, dropping all of them. Gonna do, no, okay, not dropping all of them. Okay, in Tenpai, and reaching, okay, his own, if he's on a hunt, gotta brandish that gun, right? But okay, yeah, I guess, yeah. So he is battling up against Saeki, of course. He's trying to go for a really hard read, of course. In normal Mahjong reading, there's no chance for a one-so wait, but he activates it here, the tabletop scan. This too so. Is that a trick? Just give up, little mouse. Never could have imagined Nishikata being the mouse, and Nishikata might get like, he might not like job here to Saeki, but like job in just this one round. I don't think he's gonna get disqualified or anything like that. But like, damn, Nishikata might get shown up here. Never thought it could happen, but okay. 7 so. So yeah, he just read it, of course. And then 1 so, but I'll ignore this round. Come on, idiot. Okay, but even before you go to draw, he runs off it instead. Saeki read it perfectly. Oh, no, wait, what just happened? Okay, yeah, he was running off of the sorry, I thought it was like what he was running off of, and I was like, what the fuck was the fucking tune? But no, he's just saying, like, a Yaku high of the tune. That's such a, what is this, fucking steel ball run? Yeah, he does. I can't believe the Gonpai. I was underestimating Saeki more than anybody across this whole thing, because I thought he was the one using Gonpai the whole time, but it just completely reversed everything I thought about Saeki. Completely reversed. And now, can't use that anymore. And that's like, this is still, I assume, like the first one, where, all the Yakuhai are counted, so like, no dragon tiles anymore would count as a Yakuhai. How interesting. Even if I sustain damage, defeating him is worth it. That's my boy! Continuing into North 4. Hiroyuki's out. Kano's back in. Kano, I want to see you do something cool, but it's Nishikata right now. And Shinamiya's out. Juan's back in. Juan's so scary. Okay, 7th turn again. Same 7th turn. Okay, so yeah, again, we're just trying to make some weird weights here, trying to make some odd reads. It's gonna be a real, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Because we're, trying to fuck up Saeki. But what will be the thing? I feel like this might have to be so complicated that it's not gonna feel cool to me in the way that maybe that's why I thought that Saeki was using Gonpai before, or it was just so complicated how Kano got past it that I didn't realize that it was something more than just obscuring it. Okay, we got Sanshoko. Okay, all sequence or the same sequences. Okay, reaching again, of course. Aim that gun. Just discard. Okay. I mean, again, we're trying to go for weird shit. Okay, I see. So they're saying, like, I mean, like, again, we're trying to go for weird weights. It doesn't matter, but, like, why specifically is this, not as weird as it would even seem even outside of that? Because not using Tanyao would save us to be able to use Tanyao later to kick a hand. The point difference is not going to be that different, especially for Oradura possibility. And with such a nonsensical set of moves, even Saeki cannot read his 3-pin weight. A flawless attack. But right at Saeki came a sumo win. Okay, right at Saeki. Wait, Even with his 3-pin weight, even with his 3-pin weight aimed right at Saeki, came a sumo win. Okay, anyway, sorry. I thought they were saying Saeki got a sumo win, but we were showing Nishikata. But yeah, okay, so. Even so, we got a 2 sumo. Good enough. Like, it's better armor. And that does mean no more Riiching. We're not going to be able to have... I was like, I know that Hiro is going to use a Riichi in a really specific situation that's going to come off clutch and it's going to be... Yada, yada. Nope. Nope. Nothing like that at all. But again, I was even wrong back there because I thought we were sharing, you know, the Yaku. No. 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 He's not going to take it. He's not gonna take it. Saeki could never read this. Giving up the sumo. Giving up the armor. Vulnerable. Holy shit. He has the resolve to show this to Saeki. He won't take a sumo win. Okay, yeah. Just gonna show that to Saeki. You're unversed. He knew you would give up the sumo! He knew you would give up the sumo! Ah, Saeki! Oh my god! Oh my god! Like I said before, just give up. 2,400. Oh my god! The hunter! The hawk! How did Saeki go from one of the ones I cared the least about to the fucking hypest one? Is this guy serious? Even Kano, what a monster! Holy shit! Woo! Chapter 115, Conduct. I don't know if fucking Cho's going out this chapter, actually. Be crazy if Nishikata actually got disqualified. That'd be unbelievable. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But it's possible. Okay, so he's got 17,000 left. Tyra 2 can't even calculate it. I mean, again, this game is so unique. The whole fucking blueberry is freaking out. Okay, back to the East rounds. I think this is where we're gonna get that tone from the cover, maybe. Dawn's coming soon. It's almost daytime. Yeah, like, you know, Kano needed the medicine on top of, like, you know, just think about how tired you get if you don't sleep at all. And then imagine, like, you know, you stay up all night, you don't go to bed, you're tired as fuck. You know, if you've ever done that and then gone to work the next day. Think about that feeling. Now, think about, you know, him not having his medicine on top of that, which is compounding this so much more. And it's not even like, oh, he stayed up all night and now he's got to go to work. He's been working all night and has to then get up and go and still go to work and do a whole other 8-hour shift. Like, Jesus, man. This is bad for Kano. Okay, more draws, apparently. But then a sumo. Okay, well, no, just occasionally cheap hands wins. Not much. I guess so much of this game is just hours and hours and hours being spent doing nothing. Just trying to stay in Tempai, but not really completing a hand and not dealing in. You know, just doing nothing. Really, the point exchanges aren't really mattering. Because if you need to save the fucking Yaku now for like a big punch, because if you use up the small ones, then you're not going to be able to do a big punch that's going to actually drain somebody down. And you can't really whittle away at them in this kind of game because of the Yaku situation. So, it's just like waiting for that chance. They're going to have to do crazy shit. But at the same time, the Yaku are just whittling down because people are having to occasionally win little cheap hands just to, like, not get fucked. And, it's, you know, or prove a point just to fucking aura farm half the time, honestly. But, so, you know, it's getting to a point where it's like, you're gonna have to get some, like, Yakuman shit to be able to do this. But it's also, like, this is a game where, like, all the other games, it's like, holy shit, he did a Yakuman, because why would you go for a Yakuman? But in this game, it's like, well, yeah, we're expecting everybody to be going for Yakuman, so it's, oh, yeah, I'm a Saeki at the table. Okay, East 3 now, Nora's the 4-pin, Dealer's 1, Nishikata and Saeki back again. So yeah, I think we're just going to keep rotating back to get to them again. And I like the, yeah, we're getting, like, both of their thoughts being, you know, incongruous here, or no, the opposite of being incongruous, right? Is that a word? Congruous? It's just being like, you know, they're together, thoughts are the same. That, you know, like, what is the secret of us all, guys? How Because it is. And the fact that they keep saying there is a secret makes me go back to like, okay, is there actually a secret to this? You know, there was that one thing where I thought there might be a camera in one of the eyeballs of these things, but that was a long time ago, and I don't know if that's the thing at all. But yeah, I don't know. Is there a secret, or is he just that good at reading? Honestly, it's stuff like this as well, like just little thing like, oh, Kano's suffering side effects from his liver transplant. But I think helped this series go on for as many volumes as it did. Of course, it's also writing off the Fukumoto stuff, but like in general, it's a series that is excellent to be able to like pick up anywhere and know what's going on, because you know there's always like 4 pages at the beginning that are kind of like recapping, you know, what was going on in the previous chapter. Not in a way that also is like too, you know, it sometimes I skim it when it's not important. Sometimes when it's a big moment, it's fun to see how they recap it and how they worded it and everything like that. But yeah, Fukumoto's recaps are more kind of just like doing the thing again. It's just kind of like whatever happened at the end of last chapter, we're just going to do that again. But I appreciate that like these are actually recapping you and are better for like coming in at a random point and not knowing anything, a person just buying a random volume. You know, it's very good at that, and it's very good at like, you know, bringing up character, you know, motivations and like you know, what's been going on with the characters in the background if it's been a while or whatever since we've seen them. Yeah, it's just good for, you know, it's a skill, you know, some mangakas have better than other mangakas, and like it's better for longevity of a series like this, which has a very niche, you know, appeal in general, to be like, you need to also kind of appeal to the people who are just going to be picking up a random volume. You know, it's a bit annoying because then there's like just overall way less pages of new content in a volume of Hiro than a typical manga. But, you know, I think it's better for the longevity of the series. Okay, Hiroyuki's getting a manga on. He's close, but those eyes. And okay, is he just like literally scanning everything? You know, he's thinking about him. Igawa is an unorthodox opponent. You're somewhat orientated towards Menzen. You've drawn a good tile just now, but you still have a long way to go. The angle of your eyebrows and lips speaks to your predicament. So, okay, he is just truly reading their face and everything, too. And then, in addition to all the tile stuff. But just funny that, you know, it's like, well, you could also just, you know, look back here, look at these faces, where were they? Yeah, you're right here. Like, just, you know, look back there, read the lips of him being like, it's got Shanta, Sanshoko, that's Mangan. Just listen, just read those lips, and you don't need to read all this shit. But then, yeah. So, yeah, you're in 3 Shanten with 2 honor tiles to the right of your hand. With that 8-mon cut, it should be Sanshoko, right on the ball. And on the other hand, Nishikata here. Nishikata's in full force. A little mouse desperate to land a direct hit off me. This guy is the type of person that won't show his emotions on his face. Unusually, your overconfidence and stress show up in your arm muscles. Right now, I can feel your impatience. Yes. And yes, what Saeki is scanning is not the tabletop, but behavior. So, okay, yeah, he's just good at reading people. Unconscious behavior. Habits are part of a human character and cannot be suppressed. So, is Kano was just able to overcome that. He just, like, that explains, you know, it right there. He was just able to, you know, steal away his gives. In order to enhance his reading accuracy, Saeki was using all his knowledge from his previous research in psychology and medicine that he had put a lot of time and effort into. Okay, yeah, so he has studied this for a long time. But, like, yeah, so, like, this is just, like, an example of his typical reading ability. Then, after that, he's also been, like, studying a bunch of stuff, or just, like, both together, but either way. So, yeah, he's got that university student sort of vibe going on, you know, with his whole look in general. And now, yeah, studying all the textbooks. Alright, we're in Tenpai, but Saeki can read us to a T. His forehead wrinkles disappeared, and the corner of his mouth lifted slightly, and his discard is moved carefully. Igawa's Yamiten discards are quieter than his regular ones, and cutting without hesitation means he's in his intended Tenpai. And this also is like why Saeki's so terrifying right now, even more so than he was before, in addition to the new information we have, but also he's just getting better and better at reading us. And the more these Yaku capture games go on and just rotate, he's getting better and better and better and better. The longer this is, the better for him to continue reading us. And yeah, he just sees through our entire hand. Nishikata. Your narcissism and stress are showing. Did you drop that one pin from a triplet? Then probably you're aiming ahead for a single door to 4-pin weight. Chitoi Ishanten. Yep. Right on. But that door weight alone can never win, because he's got a door triplet himself. And then he draws. Gawa's winning tile. Hiro's winning tile. And he avoids dealing it in. Easy peasy, as always. The hawk from above. And if you sharpen your precision and enhance it, you can get closer to the realm of the gods. Is this anything? What is this? What is this? I don't even know what this hand is supposed to be. But okay, Gawa plays his winning tile. Ron, what? Pinfu, just Pinfu. I never, in a million years, I don't understand Pinfu. I don't understand it. I'll never understand. Yeah, what else could I have done? That look on his face? Oh, man. Gawa, don't be so sad. Humans can no longer do anything. My Hawkeyes have reached the height of the gods. The longer it goes on, now he's reached godhood. 8,000. How much did Hiroyuki have? Well, I guess we'll see in a second. Well, show me how much he lost. Come on. East 3 ends. Nishikata's out. Kano's in, I assume. And yeah, Kano's losing his depth perception. Why are you drinking fucking sake, you dumbass? You drinking sake right now? Are you fucking kidding me? Idiot. Just 2 or 3 more rounds. When Kano's gone, the East will fall. Take out Cho, Kano, please. Or Shinomiya, but, Shinomiya, there's no way you're taking out Saeki, so take out Cho, please. Before the final match, the victors will be decided here. After all, only a dragon can hunt a hawk. Okay, Kano back for the rematch of the century. Nishikata wasn't able to do it. Hiro wasn't able to do it. It's gotta be him, but he's not gonna be able to do it to take out Saeki. I don't think so. I think Saeki's making it. I think Kano is going to almost get there, and then it'll have the title in his hand, but he won't be able to finish the hand, and so he'll be disqualified. But he would have taken out Saeki. Chapter 116, Scar. Yeah, most likely their final battle. Yeah. Come back around to East 4. Hiroyuki's still in. The Taun has to come into play here. But the dealer is Saeki. And we could still use the round wind, but I guess, it was just, I was hoping we'd get a double there, but, and the daughter's the 5-pin. Can Kano even see his tiles? Barely. And yeah, 8 terminals and honors, bad, scattered all over the place. Okay, Kushimuso, yeah. No other way to sink Saeki. And yeah, Kano also thought that it was gone by this whole time, so makes me feel better that he was thinking the same thing I was. Or is it something like, because you were holding it in your hand, you weren't doing the typical, when you put it down quiet, when you put it down hard, when you put it down delicate or violently, I'm curious about at that time, back in the Antline Mahjong, South 2, give up. That sense of unease. Okay. That back then, when you looked up, he was looking right at you. And same thing here. He's not looking at the tiles. He's looking at you. Looking at my face. Even when my tiles were all face down, you were only looking at me. Damn, yeah. It's a good read. So it's true. Okay, yeah. Can you really read tiles by looking at someone's face? I also love, this, series taking place in the 90s also helps with a lot of these characters not knowing a lot of these stuff that, I would think most people, it's, super common knowledge at this point. In the 90s, not common knowledge at all. Something that would freak people out knowing that this was possible. And, okay, Kano specifically, he's researched everything about him. I imagine the others as well, but Kano's probably got the most to research about compared to Nishikata and Hiroyuki being, Hiroyuki maybe there's a lot more on, but he wasn't playing Mahjong for a long time. But, Nishikata's also so young and probably an unknown. So Kano, I imagine, he has the most information on. But yeah, he's watched him from all over and with a little camera in his bag to rewatch. Then Saeki's in Tenpai. A long time ago, there was someone who wanted to record one of my matches on video. Seemed like a passionate fan. Is that you? So you do remember how you turned me down. How big of a fan are you? Probably the biggest in Japan. I watched that video so much the tape wore out. Damn, he knows him to a T. So you went so far as to record me in secret? It's just research. I know you, Kano. I know you better than you. You aren't there. You're in Noten, huh? And yeah, Wanfin's like, what the fuck? But no, Saeki knows him well. Better than Wanfin. What a creepy bastard. Damn stalker. Love this, love this. This makes me so much more invested in him. Not as much into Kano, but into this match. Okay, Kano, now he's in Tenpai. Haku wait for that Kakushi Muso. And yeah, he's just reading through us. Reading through us easy as pie. That look of despair is the best. So, what is he looking at? Is he not? Oh, he's looking at your scar? I don't think I'll ever be able to play against you again, so I'll tell you about it as a souvenir to take to the afterlife. You're correct. In terms of regulating behavior, you were the most perfect player I ever studied. However, that scar of yours was an exception. And okay, yeah, I mean, this whole chapter was scar. I should have realized it, but scar is a testament to your inner feelings, and it convulses slightly. That convulsing is at a level that only I could understand. He's the only one who could ever understand you. But okay, so yeah, he got like caught in the line or something, or just like the fish, cut you or something. Yeah, maybe the tail of the fin. Yep. Ooh, damn, that's nasty. I mean, it's for that scar to stay like that. Yeah, it must have been a nasty cut. Yeah, just 10 centimeters off would have cut you, right in your neck maybe. I thought it was just gonna be like, cut your eye off or something. But and yeah, Kano respects the tuna. Like, hey, we killed 100 of you guys. You deserved it, but I will return to the sea someday. I'll be the bait. That's just why for this round. Wait a little longer. Okay, he's gonna throw himself into the sea to be eaten by fishies. Could be the Haku, but let's see. Okay. He reached it. Holy shit. Dude, having a cliffhanger ending of the chapter and then starting off the chapter with the reveal, I don't think Hiro's ever done that. Or even like Kaiji's ever done that. Or sorry, any like Fukumoto series specific has done that. I meant to say Akagi, but the Rising Dragon of Tohoku overcame fate, cursed and disease, and reached it! 4 turns. The distant heights where Hawk circled Kakushi Muso! You got it, huh? Way to go. But to draw it, is that fine by you? Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. The sumo is not gonna take it. This could be the worst. Yep. Oh, he can't take it because of Hiro's points. Okay, fuck. Yeah, even a fucking no-ten payout would kill Hiro next round. He's one of our strongest players. But if he passes up Kakushi here, he won't have another chance to win. But that's probably, this round, my limit. Okay, damn, I didn't remember that, but I love this art from back then. But Hiroyuki's a man who's escaped this kind of situation before. During the final match of the first East-West War. I really gotta reread 10. It's been fucking nearly 10 years. Like, it's probably been 9 years since I read 10. He can come back with 900 points! I think Hiro could do it. Shall we go, Hiro? Anytime is okay. Holy shit! I said on the cover it might be Hiro with a ton of points or Hiro with almost no points. It's gonna be Hiro with no points. Holy shit, they still got hope in their eyes. But he's folded. No, it's acrobatics. Same as before. Pawn! Okay, Hiroyuki did have a hand. Pawn! A flash, just 2 turns. Hiroyuki took the west turn to draw with just these 2 calls for Chinroto Tenpai. Holy shit! Just distraction. Thinking you're doing with Kano. Oh my god, excellent distraction. This was his form before he called, okay? And then hell yeah. Then Kano gives Hiroyuki his points, buffs his armor up before he goes out. This is such a cool ass way to do this. But this does not feel like you're doing it. I was beaten. But at least Kano is out of the fight now. No, no, no. But, Hiroyuki doesn't move. This isn't balanced. Let's keep going with the acrobatics. What? So it's okay if I draw? Shinomiya just being like, I'm part of this manga too, right? Oh, trying to read him. What is it? What is Hiroyuki trying to do here? Because, yeah, he's not just going to go for the sumo win. It's not that. And he can't read the scar because the tension's too high right now. Okay, Saeki continues his weight on Haku. Can he draw the 9-pin? Come on, is he going to try and sumo it? No. He's going to con, actually. More Orodora, maybe? More Dora in general. And right, yeah, that tells him, yeah, no Kikuchi. Alright, Rinchan draw. Nope. Alright, Kano. Not asking you for another round, but just 4 more turns. The chapter title, 4 turns. 4 turns for the 2 of us. Another back and forth. Okay, con, another one. An open con. Now, get the Haku there as the Hatsu Haku Chun. Then, Rinchan draw. Nope, not that either. Last bullet, conning it. Oh my god, incredible. You're on your own now, right, Hiro? 3rd turn, come on. Okay. One so. Conning that one, hell yeah. Completion, Sankantsuu. Okay. Combined with Shinroto, double Yakuman Tenpai. Okay, yes, this is worth not having Kano here. Saeki. Well, I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage to all of them, but is it going to kill Saeki or Shinomiya here? I don't know. I don't know what their points are, so we'll have to see. But we'll really have to see if he gets the fucking title! Chapter 118, Treasure. Will he draw it? Will he draw it? Okay, damn. Okay, immediately from the start. Yeah, I mean, we got recap pages, but Sumo Chinroto Sankantsuu. Didn't think he was actually going to do it. I thought he was going to not be able to do it, but no. He got it. He fucking got it. Double Yakuman Sumo. Drain all Kano's points as well. He ain't going to need them. A move only we could pull off. And now, Saeki down to 300. Shinomiya down to 900. Just one fucking no 10 will kill him. Holy shit. But they're going to get rotated out, and Chu and Wan are going to probably do some crazy shit next round because they're going to have to. 3-person sync. But they're not out yet. And either Saeki or Shinomiya is still going to be in this for the next round. Yeah, who was it who said, madness is more interesting? That line, just like Akagi. The impregnable Hawkeyes. Saeki has been hunted. Oh my god. What are you holding some fucking orb here? It's gotta be some fucking myth thing. But the archer on the back of the dragon. Wait, with that, the second East-West Wars qualifying match has been completed. Did I read this wrong? Oh my god, sorry. I did read this wrong. Yeah, they are in the negative 400, 900. Sorry, okay, holy shit. Cho made it, and Shinomiya didn't do a goddamn. You fucking fat bastard didn't do anything. You old piece of shit. Well, fucking Cho? What? Okay, fucking Christ. Hiro, Nishikata, Wan Fin, and Cho. Oh my god. Why Cho? I guess we're really gonna get to see him in the most unlikely person. Okay, that gets me hyped for Cho, but not super hyped, but, you know, I hope he's pretty good. And Kano's out. Come on, get him that medicine. Okay, he fell unconscious, and he's gonna have some bad health repercussions from this, which is terrible. He got jaundice now. God damn. Yeah, bring a helicopter. Oh my god. But yeah, no use staying any longer. They're all heading home too. There's a helicopter for them as well. They have no stake in any of this. But that Zawa. And they're too late. Like, too late to save Ryuji? But yeah, I mean, again, my stance on this is he should have stopped way earlier and, you know, not done this, been there for his daughter. But, you know, either way, hopefully he'll have some negative, you know, long-term health effects, I'm sure, but hopefully it won't be too bad. But now, Juan Finn and the captain. This concludes the second East-West War preliminaries. So we will enter the final battle now. Okay, yeah. Are you going to let him leave? Yeah, there's a life at stake. Does that mean you're withdrawing? You motherfucker. But we're going to go along with it. Wait, well, okay, now she's saying the final match can be held at a different venue. So everybody, players and all other related parties will be asked to move in order. But then all other than those involved should leave the venue promptly. So shouldn't it mean that Kano should leave? Yeah, we have no choice but to part ways then. Okay, yeah. Them two are going to go with Kano. But okay, so they are letting it... Okay, so that was not as bad as we thought it was going to be. Okay. But yeah, hopefully we can trust these two with Kano. I think they'll be fine, but I don't know if they're going to be helpful in a medical way, like getting him to a hospital and everything, but... Wait, what? No helicopter's engine trouble, haven't left Tokyo yet. What the hell? But what? What about Saeki? Is he going to do something? Get on. Okay, yeah. Don't you in every second possible hurry. Okay, hell yeah, Saeki, hell yeah. Cool guy. These two are talking about Kano's days are over, though. Break your body. Can't be a gambler. Saeki respects it, though. Yeah. At least he's got somewhere to return to. It's something we don't have. Damn, love it. Yeah, can't even make it that far. Yeah, we have to hurry then. That man is the greatest treasure of the Mahjong underworld. He's a true fan after all. He's second to 10. We aren't even as good as him. It's impertinent to say that the new 4 Heavenly Kings are standing side by side with 10. Yeah, not to mention Akagi as well. I'd always wanted to play with Akagi too, but you wouldn't be at that level. I love this, getting to see them reflecting on themselves. I love it. And being like, yeah, Kano's not even on the same level. It's those 3, Kano, and then 10. And 10 and Akagi, I would say. But Kano might even be on the 10 and Akagi level, truly. Come on. No, he's not even gonna fucking make it! Oh my god! You fucking... I hope this is just like a fake, just a temporary thing and then he does make it, but... He could die here. But I don't know if it's gonna be that sad to me. It's gonna be tragic, but like... You know, it's a real, like, you caused that you're gonna die and leave your daughter behind, you son of a bitch. Oh. But either way, I suppose that's where this one will end. We are done the qualifiers. We got the final 4 that we're moving on with. It's time, finally, for the East-West War. The second East-West War is coming up. Is that going to be the rest of the series, the rest of this volume, volume 16, 17, and 18? It could be. Wouldn't surprise me. But we could also, and almost certainly, we'll do a one-on-one between Hiroyuki and Juan Finn as well. So I think that'll be something else. And then the final volume, actually, we gotta finish our game with 10, right? We gotta finish our goddamn game with 10. So that's gonna be the final volume, I imagine, actually. But yeah. Okay. I don't know what else to say. You know, I feel like I've said plenty. Oh, actually, well, hold on. How much of this volume do we have left? We don't have too much of this volume. We have like 2 more chapters of this volume. So let's see if I'm comfortable saying that for volume 15, I think this one probably maybe should have been the Kano one more than even volume 9. Maybe I make that... right, I said actually I was going to do Saeki for that one. And then I said Kano for 13. Maybe I'd still stick with that. Maybe I would give it to, like, Shinomiya, because he... No, I gave last volume to Shinomiya. Or no, right. I said I would probably do Shinomiya for this volume, because Saeki was gonna... I thought was gonna be a lot cooler. But, I already did Saeki, though. But it's Saeki and Ryuji. There's no one else it could be for this volume, right? Okay, so I moved some stuff around here. So, I changed Saeki here into Lee. Then I changed Lee into Shinomiya here, because Shinomiya was, like, cornering Kishibe here in this volume and stuff. We did quite a bit with Shinomiya there. And there's no way to put Asaguma on here. Asaguma's just gonna have to, he's not gonna make it on. But, so then, yeah, Shinami's Katana for his thing. Lee's Snakes and Kenon, or Kenon, one of the two, for Lee. Then down here, I'm gonna do Saeki for this volume, with the Hawk. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So, for my volumes, I have not given one yet to Nishikata. And I have not given one to, and they're not gonna get one, Ko. Or, well, no, just Ko, right? Well, Ko and Asaguma from West. I don't think they're gonna get one. And then, yeah, Kyosuke, Nishikata, Kyosuke. Going to get one at some point here, but yeah. Okay. I will see you guys for the next one for the second East-West War. Until then, get the fuck out of here.